Hey, it's me, Zanov, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Anniversary Edition Legendary Difficulty Survival Mode playthrough. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? I'm doing pretty good myself today. We are going to be, well, and actually, if you missed the last episode, we found the Moth Priest, Dexion, I believe his name is. I can't remember his last name. We freed him from this little shield prison thing here after he was captured by some other vampires. And today we are just going to be getting on with the Prophet. Okay, I thought that was somebody standing down there. We're going to be getting on with the Dawnguard questline, specifically Prophet. So, eager to hear the contents of Serana's Elder Scroll, Harkon commanded the court to find a Moth Priest, which we did. I have now captured one and made him my thrall, commanding him to return to Castle Volkihar. I must report this success to Harkon. Report your success to Harkon. So, we're going to be making our way back to Castle Volkihar now. That long horse ride back. I think it's definitely a little drain on me because I'm glad we're doing it though, but it is definitely, as I said, a little bit of a drain because we can't really do anything to quicken our ways of getting to And there's our friend. There's our little thrall that we seduced. And we can't really do anything to quicken our way of getting to Castle Volkihar because, I mean, the closest we can get is Solitude, and then we usually have to ride a horse all the way over to around about here. It's a bit of a distance, but it's all good. Let's get out our. Oh, hello, Dexion Evicus. That's his full name, or Evicius, or however you would pronounce that last name. We're going to get out our Daedric horse, and I still have not thought of a name for him. I'm actually going to make a note of it now because it's getting ridiculous. I have to think of a name for Daedric horse. Name? Daedric horse. Okay. So this is episode 49. By episode 50, we will have a name for our Daedric horse. I promise. I promise, because it's getting to me a little bit now. I just keep saying, let's pull out the Daedric horse, and I don't have a name for him, and it doesn't feel right. So yes, let's get him out, let's put our sword away, and let's jump on. And that is the quest marker we're heading to. Yes, indeed it is. And let's start making our way over to Castle Volkihar. I'm also very, very aware now, especially since we are a vampire, so we've got a few more nerfs that have happened to us. Obviously, weakness to fire, attributes don't regenerate naturally in the sunlight, yada yada yada. We have all those things going for us, as well as obviously survival mode kind of just compounded on top. And I'm starting to become very, very aware of just how weak we are to physical damage. It's not really something I had to take much notice of for the rest of the series, but now I kind of am, especially because we are obviously a part of a faction, being Castle Volkihar, the vampires, fighting a faction known as the Dawnguard that are specifically all melee or like warrior type characters, which do a lot of damage to us because we don't have any armor rating. So I have come to the decision that we will be getting our smithing up, and we will be armoring ourselves, and then we'll be getting awesome enchantments, and then hopefully we should be somewhat invincible. Because by then we will have maxed out our... Oh, hello. Yeah, see, these guys won't necessarily be much of a problem because obviously they're mages, and yeah, as I said, they're just not much of a problem. So let's get out 2 Jamora Lords. There we go, bada bing, bada boom. So even that, with 40% weakness to fire. Are we at 40% weakness to fire right now? Has it progressed that far? I believe it has. Let me quickly check. Oh no. Oh, because I just fed on Dexion last episode. So we got a 20% weakness to fire, and we saw, as we see, what that Flame Atronach did to me was basically nothing, even with that weakness to fire. And I can stand here, and I'm pretty confident I could take this and, you know, have no worries. So we'll let him cast the fire spell on me. Come on, cast the fire spell on me. I need to prove a point. Okay, don't do it. I'm just going to start hitting you then. But yeah, our main weakness is now physical damage. Little daggers like that hitting us. That is our main weakness. So I'm going to be looking at getting smithing all the way to 100. I'm definitely not going to make you guys sit through all that, and there is no possible way I can come up with commentary for that. So I'll more than likely be doing that in the near future, and I probably won't cut it all out. I'll probably have like little bits in there where you guys can see what it is I'm doing and how I'm progressing. And yeah, I'll dedicate a good chunk of time to that, and then we'll get enchantments on it and whatnot, you know. We could go and... Oh, wowza. We are weak compared to you. We'll, restore Magicka potion recipe. Why not? We'll take it. Yeah, and then we'll get really good enchantments on it, and then we'll be pretty much invincible, because then we'll have a really high armor rating and also have insanely high Magicka resistance ratings. And I was thinking, I was contemplating obviously going or choosing between mage armors, so like the alteration skill tree, stone flesh, iron flesh, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to have to really think about whipping out that spell to use it. It's just not something I really want to do, to be honest. I'm a little bit lazy. I would much rather just have a very good set of heavy armor on me and have that not necessarily worrying me at all, so I can just kind of get on with whatever it is I'm doing. You know, I like to kind of usually hang back and let my sponges go forward while I chill out, kind of just see what's going on, get a idea of what's happening in the whole scene, and then, you know, let them take care of it while I run around and loot stuff. At least for this character, that's what I tend to like to do, because that's kind of how I've built them, is to have the sponges run forward while I kind of just sit back and, you know, have a look at the scene, see what's going on. So going to be a continuation of that, but we'll just have really good heavy armor. Yeah, we'll go heavy armor. I'll be a continuation of that, and we'll just have really good heavy armor with really good enchantments and whatnot, and we'll just be buffed out. Really high armor rating, really high Magicka resistance, and once we get a lot of the skills up too, I will probably go over and pick up the Atronach stone as well. So we've got the Atronach perk in the alteration tree, and that gives us 30% spell absorption, which means, you know, 30% of the spells that are cast at you will absorb. And wow, more enemies. Are they going to attack us? They should.
Show me what you've got.
They're after this vampire. And why is this vampire our enemy and the vigilants aren't? You would think it would be the other way around. Oh well, oh well. We'll leave them be. We'll let them do their thing. We're getting a bit cold, as you can see. So we will continue just going on to Castle Volkihar. So yeah, we'll get we already have the Atronach perk, which gives us 30% spell absorption, which means 30% of all spells that are cast at us we just absorb, and it converts into Magicka. And then if we get the Atronach stone, I believe that'll give us an additional 50% spell absorption. So then we'll be at 80% spell absorption with 85% Magicka resistance. And then on top of that, if I get and this is how you just start getting crazy overpowered as a vampire as well. On top of all that, if I get the Necromage perk in the Restoration Tree, and I reset the perks in Alteration, with the I believe it's a 25% buff with the Necromage perk in terms of all spells and enchantments and all that kind of stuff at 25% stronger. If I have that with the Atronach perk, with the Atronach stone, it turns out to have a nice round and quite overpowered 100% spell absorption. So then I don't need any resist Magicka effects. I will just absorb 100% of the spells that hit me, which then makes us effectively completely impervious to dragons. And ooh, these guys are having a go at each other.
I'm surprised.
I wish Orthiolf and Vingama would just get it over with and kill each other.
Well met, brother. Elf. And you do well to be more careful of whom you engage in witty banter.
And that looks like it's it. Yeah, so we'll effectively become impervious to dragons casting any kind of breath at us, and all mages, and then with the very high armor rating, hopefully we'll be almost impervious to pretty much all physical damage as well. We'll be doing pretty good. I'll leave it at that. We'll be doing really good. We'll be sitting nice and comfy. For legendary difficulty survival mode playthrough, that's about as comfy as you can get. In any case, let's talk to Lord Harkon.
Well done. Somehow I knew it would be you and Serana who found our Moth Priest.
Yes, yes, I have made the Moth Priest my thrall.
Yes, I see that. I trust his capture was not too difficult a task.
Not at all, not at all. What's the most snobby vampire-ish thing we could say? The Dawn Guard tried to stop me, but they posed no threat.
I wish I could have been there to hear the sounds of their screams.
Jeez.
Your thrall awaits, and we have given him the
My
Elder
goodness.
Scroll. Command him to read it, and let us hear the words of prophecy together.
Yes, let's do that. Dexion Evicus, or Evicius, my thrall.
Master, I have done as you asked and traveled here.
Yes, yes, don't worry, don't need to put your hands up. I'm not going to strike you or anything. I like you, you're alright.
Master,
It's okay,
I have
again,
done as you
no need to
asked
do
and
that.
traveled here.
I have a new task for you, Dexion Evicus, or thrall.
Of course.
Excuse
What
me.
is it that you need me to do?
You must read an Elder Scroll.
Ah, yes, the Elder Scroll. I admit, I am looking forward to this.
Very good, very good. Then you may begin your reading.
Of course, Master. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me. An image of a great bow. I know this weapon.
I'm just going to quickly make a save here.
It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls.
Speak to Harkon. Wow, you got all that from reading that? I did not see any of those things.
I wasn't informed of any such thing.
These guys are always going at it, aren't they?
Well, I just assumed he'd sent for both of us. How awkward for you.
My goodness, they just do not stop. Lord Harkon.
That was not as useful as I would have liked. Even so, you did well.
Do you know where these other scrolls are?
My traitor wife stole one of them away and then disappeared. As for the other, the last that I heard, it was lost in the bowels of a Dwemer ruin. It seems our work is not yet done. But I have waited this long, and we are so very close now. I can wait a bit longer.
Completed, prophet. And I'm gonna guess we have to speak to Serana. Okie dokie. Any more else from you?
I am but
Anything
your
else?
humble servant, my lord.
Oh, you're
I'm
such a
above the
good
petty
thrall.
squabbles
Okie
here.
dokie. No
I
more
can
chatting
make
in my ear.
far
Okay,
too
I've
well.
made a mistake. Get out of here. Serana, come over here, away from all that. Serana.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I sure do. What would you like to say? What's on your mind?
That Moth Priest, Dexion. He said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking.
I don't recall addressing you.
Why didn't you say something earlier?
Didn't want that lot getting wind of it. Especially my father.
I ever require you for some reason. I shall find you. Until then, I see no reason.
What is it between you two?
Ever since he decided to make that prophecy his calling, we kind of drifted apart. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just a means to an end.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta cut deep. So where is this Elder Scroll?
We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself.
You said you didn't know where she went.
The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was cryptic, yet she called attention to it.
Sounds like she was being cautious.
Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas?
Hiding with the Dawn Guard?
I doubt my mother would waste her time with those fools. They probably would have tried to kill her, and that has a way of souring relationships. Any other ideas?
Sealed away like you were?
I don't think so. She said she wanted to stay awake in case the situation was resolved. It had to be one of us, and, well, she's so much more powerful than I am. It just made sense for her to be out here. Anything else?
How about right here, in the castle?
Wait, that almost makes sense. I used
Wow.
to help my mother tend a garden in the courtyard here. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful.
Isn't that pretty risky, staying around the castle?
Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look.
How can we get in without your father noticing?
Trust me, I lived here a very long time and I know every nook and cranny. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way
in. Actually, I have some things to do first.
Don't let me stand in your way then. I'll be at the dock whenever you're ready.
Oakley dokley. So, I made a split-second decision just then, literally just then, as we were doing that as we were in the middle of that dialogue, and I'm thinking the best way to go about this as of right now, because we're really starting to feel the effects of just how weak we are, as I was already talking about, just how weak we are to physical damage without an armor rating. So I'm thinking we're going to put this on the back burner, because once we get into around the back of the castle and into the balcony and whatnot, it starts to get pretty hectic in terms of what it is we will actually be able to do. I mean, of course, I can always just keep on spamming my Dremora Lords, but I also, as I said, I'm feeling the weakness. I'm feeling the armor rating, the armor rating deficiency that we have here, that we are definitely suffering from. So, we're going to get out this Daedric horse again. He will have a name. I'm not going to promise, because I don't... Okay, actually, no, yes, I promise. He will have a name by next episode. I promise I shall name him. But what we're going to do right now is we need, if we are going to get any kind of steam built up in terms of... we can't fast travel, that's right. Temporarily forgot we're in survival mode. If we are going to get any kind of... Come on, don't do that thing where you don't sprint for some reason. What is going on? Surely. Okay, we're gonna summon another one of you. Hopefully you will sprint. Why is it that when we... Is it because I have no stamina? I can summon two of you. I had no idea that would actually be a thing, to be honest. But yes, with Twin Souls, I suppose that is... I think it's because I have no stamina. That's why you won't sprint, because it's daytime. Okay, that's mildly upsetting. Yes, but what we are going to do is we're going to travel to Whiterun, and if we're going to get any kind of steam going or get any kind of efficiency in terms of our smithing and our ability to smith Daedric armor somewhat quickly, which is ultimately the goal, we are going to need to have a high-level smithing trainer. Now, our smithing level is currently... I don't think it's too bad. Where is it? Smithing's at 38. Okay, so it's not as good as I'd like it, but it's also not too bad. What we are going to need is, in the end, I don't want just a expert level trainer, because I believe an expert level trainer we can find in... Oh, what's his name? I think his name's Halamund or something, from memory. So, okay, well, we've got a few different trainers we could use. From off the top of my head, we've got Gorza Grabagol in Markarth, the smith there. We have Balamund in Riften, who's an expert level trainer. And that could be pretty good, I suppose, actually. That could be pretty handy, having an expert level trainer. That could get us pretty decently far. But then there's also there was a master level smith added in with the Dawnguard DLC, but we can't use him because we aren't part of the Dawnguard. His name is Gunmar, and yeah, he unfortunately we can't use him. But I don't think he would. I think he'd be pretty surprised to see us walking up to him asking for a hand. And the other master level, or the only other master level trainer in all of Skyrim, is Yorland Greymane. And in order to have him as a trainer for smithing, we need to be part of the companions, or at least have started the companions questline, which isn't hard to do at all. It's not very hard to do at all from memory. It's actually pretty quick. So what I have in mind is quickly going and doing whatever starting quests there are for the companions, even though we are a vampire, and for those of you that know what the companions are, it might not line up very well, and hopefully I don't think there's anything that would make this difficult, but also I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's any dialogue where they're like, basically, no, you're a vampire, go away, off with you, shoo. I'm really hoping that isn't a thing, but also I'm not too certain. I don't think for obvious reasons, I don't think I've ever done this, and I don't imagine many people would usually be in the middle of a vampire questline as we are, and then go and join the companions. It's not a very orthodox thing to do, at least in my opinion. It's not something I would usually do, aside from the fact that we are really feeling the effects of no armor rating. So we're going to do it. So yeah, hopefully there's nothing that'll cause them to say that we have to basically turn tail and run. Basically go away, we don't want you. And I don't think there is. So, I also don't think it's going to be too long before we're considered a part of the companions. I think it's actually pretty simple. And then once we've done that, we can go to Yorland Greymane and we can start smashing out smithing, because also we have a ton of gold. And that will not be the problem. The problem... Yes, cue the death of the Daedric horse. Please don't do that thing where I can't use you.
Don't like
Very
those
good.
eyes you got. There's a bad hunger to them.
Yep, vampire not Thoran Veralt is always hungry.
Where do you want to go?
Let's go to Whiterun.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
Climb on back and we'll be off. Now, I could use Balamund in Riften, but I'm thinking we're going to eventually need to get the master level trainer anyway, so we might as well just do the companions questline right now, or at least get it started right now, so we can start taking advantage of it. And, I mean, potentially the companions questline is something we could do in the future with this character, although I don't think it necessarily fits in with him very well. I would say with this character, the companions is... like, we are purely joining the companions right now for the benefits of this character. It kind of fits in with the whole vampire-ish, use other people to get your own way kind of thing. That's pretty much purely the reason as to why we are actually going to join them right now, is just so we can use Yorland Greymane, so we can make ourselves more powerful, and hopefully eventually pretty much impervious to all forms of damage, which would be just absolutely insane. But we're gonna have to wait, and obviously we can't wait because survival mode, we're just gonna end up being very tired and seeing double, and even though we're a vampire that lives forever and I think technically doesn't really have to sleep, we're gonna sleep anyway.
We got warm food, warm drinks,
This is an
and
ode
warm
to
beds.
Skyrim's
Thanking
I
you.
enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire.
Okie dokie,
Let's
what have
sate
you got
that
for sale?
appetite, hmm?
Let's do that. We're going to take the apple pie as always. We're going to take the cooked beef as always. We're going to take the leg of goat roast as always. Some salmon steak is always good. And that will be all. And now I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thanking you. Oakley
show you to
Dokley.
your room.
No, it's quite alright.
Will you be my father?
Oh. Aww. That's so. Aww. That's another thing I'm gonna have to keep in mind as well. As I want to get a child soon. But before that happens, we need to make sure we are the most powerful thing in all of Tamriel. So we're going to sleep for 12 hours. That should definitely be enough. Hopefully everyone will
Let
be
me know if there's
awake.
anything else you need.
Hopefully we will be well rested. Vampire seduction added. Your vampiric powers grow as you hunger. If only we had been a vampire for this whole playthrough, would be the most powerful vampire in all of Skyrim, because Thoran Veralt is always hungry. Let's get some food in us. We'll take an apple pie, a cooked beef, and a leg of goat roast. Yes, yes, yes. You are well fed. Thanking you very much. Very good. And now, let's go into Jorvaska.
Those two at it again? Just keep moving. You'll wear them out. Knew it. Come on!
Now, I'm not sure how long this fist fight is going to go on for, to be honest, because it is legendary difficulty. I'm not sure how it... I don't think it... Actually, no, I don't think it affects NPCs like it affects me. I think it's mainly all the debuffs and whatnot are put on me. But don't mind me, guys. Eyes glowing, standing in the corner. Hood. No armor. I fit right in, I'm sure. And how long are these guys going to fight for? Yeah, I'm thinking... Ooh, can we just... we're not friends yet, obviously. We might... I don't think they're going to go down anytime soon. So we're just going to... Okay, we're just going to go into the Jorvaska living quarters. And we are going to get... What the... You were, alright, I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to question it. We are going to go and talk to... If you recall at the very start of the playthrough, we were referred by either the Huntress to talk to Kodlak if we wanted to join the Companions.
You have my brother and I, obviously. But I don't know if the rest will go along quite so easily.
Leave that to me.
So, we're going to be getting on with... It will definitely be a misc quest, won't it? So... Speak to the leader of the Companions, which is this fella right here. Also, for those of you that don't know, if you ever need a Daedra Heart for whatever reason, there is always one just sitting right here on this plate. But yeah, we're not friends with them at all or anything, so we can't actually take anything in here. But let's talk to Kodlak, Whitemane.
A stranger comes to our hall.
Who are the Companions?
Your question carries more weight than you may know, newcomer. The sort of thing some of us spend our lives pondering. The difference between a noble band of warriors and a ragged bunch of assassins is as thin as a blade's edge. I try to hold us to the right path.
Why did you join the Companions?
Like most of our band, I found this family after losing my own. I traveled the length and breadth of this land, learning all I could of the sword and the axe. I was just a boy, but I had the fire of a man in my heart. Eventually, my body caught up to my spirit. My predecessor, Askar, found me in Hammerfell. I was serving as a bodyguard for some weak-necked lord out there. He brought me back here, and I realized that I was actually coming home. I worked to bring honor to this family, and to the family that I lost. For my mother, my father, and my grandfather. For all my shield siblings. Family and honor. That's what it means to be one of us, boy.
Very interesting. Where do you stand on the war?
Politics are something best avoided. I prefer more personal confrontations myself.
Well, with all that in mind, I would like to join the Companions.
Would you now? Here, let me have a look at you.
Don't look too closely, please.
Yes, perhaps. A certain strength of spirit.
Master,
Ignore the
you're
eyes.
not truly considering accepting him.
Hush you.
I am nobody's master, Vilkas. And last I checked, we had some empty beds in Jorvaska for those with a fire burning in their hearts.
What is going on with my left eye?
Apologies. But perhaps this isn't the time. I've never even heard of this outsider.
Sometimes the famous come to us. Sometimes men and women come to us to seek their fame. It makes no difference. What matters is their heart.
And their arm.
Of course. How are you in battle, boy?
I can handle myself.
That may be so. This is Vilkas. He will test your arm. Vilkas, take him out to the yard and see what he can do.
Aye.
Oakley dokley. So now we're going to fight Vilkas. This could go horribly wrong. He could end up one-shotting us. This might be a bit difficult. But I think what's going on with my left eye is because my left eye is supposed to be the white one that I had. So maybe that's what's mucking with the texture there. But in any case, we're going to fight Vilkas now. More than likely, he may or may not one-shot us. So, got to be very careful with this because we are also not going to do much damage to him. And I think there's a certain amount of damage we have to do to him before it kind of triggers the completion of the quest. And your vampire blood boils in the sunlight. So also, we are weaker. Very, very good. Just a combination of very good things. So, he's going to come at us now.
The old man said to have a look at you. So, let's do this. Just have a few swings.
Let's have a quick save here.
Don't worry, I can take it.
Alrighty, and what we are going to do, we're going to get the ebony sword equipped. I am going to get everything I absolutely can. That's the strongest flesh spell we have. Oh, hopefully he doesn't one-shot us right off the bat. We're just going to have to, like...
Pretty good arm you have there.
Thanking you, just don't one-shot me, please. Just keep the shield up.
Not bad.
Oh, good.
Next time won't be so easy.
Yes, I was afraid that was going to be terrible.
But for now, you're still a whelp to us, new blood. So you do what we tell you. Here's my sword. Go take it up to Yorland to have it sharpened. And be careful. It's probably worth more than you are.
Right, right. So that is the one thing I dislike about some of the interactions you have in Skyrim, is that it doesn't matter for a lot of the factions, at least, like especially the companions. It doesn't matter if you're the Archmage of Winterhold, the Dragonborn, the anything. If you come to join them, you are just a whelp, and they talk about how they haven't heard of you, they don't know you, and you're a new blood, and blah 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 blah, treat you terribly. But you could be like the most powerful person in Skyrim, and that they just treat you that way no matter what. There's no other dialogue. Yorlan Greymane, in fact, you are the very person that brings me here. I'm not interested in any of this. It is you, my friend.
What brings you here?
Vilkas sent me with his sword.
I'm guessing you're the newcomer then.
Does Vilkas always send newcomers on errands?
Oh, don't worry too much about it. They were all whelps once. They just might not like to talk about it. And don't always just do what you're told. Nobody rules anybody in the companions.
Are you a companion?
Not actually a companion myself, but none of them know how to work a forge properly, and I'm honored to serve them. My name is Yorlan Greymane. I work the Skyforge. Best steel in all of Skyrim. All of Tamriel.
Someone has to be in charge, though.
Well, I'm not sure how they've managed it, but they have. No leader since Ysgramor. Kodlak is the Harbinger, and he's a sort of advisor for the whole group. But every man is his own. Every woman her own.
I'll need to be going.
I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
I've been working on a shield for Aela. My wife is in mourning, and I need to get back to her soon. I'd be much obliged if you could take this to Aela for me.
I'm happy to lend a hand.
That's a good man.
Oakley dokley, bring Aela her shield. And I think just after this is when we are accepted into the companions, hopefully. Hopefully there's no long drawn out quest. I don't believe there is. We should reap all the benefits of being a companion by having Yorlan Greymane as a master trainer after this. Oh golly gosh, I hope that is the case. Aela.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
I have your shield.
Ah, good. I've been waiting for this. Good to see you made it up here.
You know this one? I saw him training in the yard with Vilkas.
Ah, yes. I heard you gave him quite a thrashing.
Oh, yes, yes.
Catch you saying that.
Do you think you could handle Vilgus in a real fight?
To be honest, if I weren't using a sword, I would kill him before he drew his sword.
Whoa, ease up there. We're rough, but there's no need to kill a shield brother over a dispute. I like your fire, though. You'll make a fierce companion.
Or a vampire.
Let us hunt together sometime. Here, let's have Farkas show you where you'll be resting your head.
Farkas. Did you call me?
Of course we did, Icebrain. Show this new blood where the rest of the whelps sleep. Ysgramor himself wouldn't have the patience to deal with all the rabble around here.
Come on, follow me. All these younglings scampering around.
Worried one of them is going to take your place?
Skjor and Ayala like to
Some of
tease
them
me,
might try.
but they're good people. They challenge us to be our best.
But they might get themselves killed.
Nice to have a new face around. It gets boring here sometimes.
Yes, especially with all this walking.
This can be a rough life. The quarters are up here. Just pick a bed and fall in it when you're tired.
Very good.
Selma will keep the place clean. She always has.
Very, very good.
Alright, so here you are. Looks like the others are eager to meet you. Come to me or Ayala if you're looking for work. Once you've made a bit of a name for yourself, Skjor and Vilkas might have things for you to do. Good luck. Welcome to the Companions.
And just
By
like
the
that.
way, if you're looking for something to do, we've got trouble right here in Whiterun Hold. Nothing we can't handle.
What kind of trouble should I expect?
Nothing but a bunch of lonely bandits. Cowards who will take little effort.
I'd rather not handle that right now. My quest log is quite full.
I see. Well, should you change your mind, the contract will be available for a while.
Good, good. Now, hopefully, I think that is all we needed to do to join the companions. So if we go, so yeah, obviously talk to the companions leaders for work. However, we will be going to Yorlin Greymane, and hopefully I can... Oakley Doakley, yes, yes, whatever you say, my good friend Vignar. Hopefully now we can talk to Yorlin Greymane and get some training in smithing. Yes, 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 yes. There we go. I need training in smithing.
It's an honorable craft. I'll show you what I can.
Good. So we are going to absolutely smash this with a bang, 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 bang. Basically, let him just take all of our gold because we really have that much of it. It's not that big of a deal for us. Now, what happens if we go to, yeah, 0% chance to steal? Yeah, we probably won't bother doing any of that. But that is going to have to do it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Next episode, I will more than likely be getting on with absolutely smashing the smithing, just like we did with the enchanting, just like we kind of semi-did with the alchemy, but the alchemy kind of took care of itself. But yes, that is going to have to do it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave any comments below, any recommendations, or just stop by to say good day. I promise I'll respond to you, everybody, because I absolutely love the interactions. But regardless of whether or not you do any of the things I just asked, please have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.